Right. What do we got next?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Good Oil Show, brought to you by the good buggers at ZIC Motor Oils New Zealand. Hope you all enjoyed the first episode that we put out. We're here for the second one now. Hope all of you have put your photos all up of the best hairdo of the show, and we can all have a good laugh at that. So, yep. So we're just going to get across and cover out our tech talk for number 2. And Ewan, this week you're taking care of that.
I'll go and do it now, eh?
Yeah, good as gold.
So another week of Tech Talk, and I'm back. Clearly I don't have a gearbox or any part of the car in front of me, and there's a reason for that. This week's Tech Talk is all about getting yourself a manager. It's way harder to ask for help, which everyone needs to run these cars. It's a really expensive thing to do, especially if you want to run them at the pointy end of the field, which we do. So first thing Jared did was get someone to go out and ask for him. So that's my recommendation for everyone this week, is to get yourself a manager. The second thing, real quickly, is you can't just go and ask a company for some money, stick their name on the car. It doesn't work like that anymore. Some people will do it because they love the sport, but what you want is to cement some really strong relationships. So when you're looking at getting a sponsor, you've got to try and build yourself a community of people who will use that sponsor. We actually don't use the name sponsor, we use partnerships, because all the partnerships at the end of the year, we can add up the business that we bring in for these people, and it's got to work for them. If it doesn't work for them, you'll see they won't be on the car, and that's sometimes not a decision that they make, it's a decision that we make for them, because we want to make sure we're giving them value. So without giving too much of our tricks away, get yourself a manager, get someone else to ask for you, and secondly, make sure that if you're asking for something, you're able to give them back something that's going to reward them and it's going to be beneficial for them to come on board. So that's week 2, Tech Talk.
Here to please.
You've got to do the here to please, because I'll come back and
I don't even know what here to please is. Right, thanks for that bit of information you just provided everyone there. I was a bit blown away actually. You knew more than I thought you did. But anyway, here to please.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Thanks for everyone who's posted up the photos. I still think, it's going to be close, but we're going to end up with 5 at the end, which we're all going to pick, and then there'll be some voting around that. So,
what year were those photos taken from?
Yeah, there's some really old ones there. We should have included, and we haven't excluded it. So if you want to include moustache, it's here, and it's there's definitely some facial hair of recognition and Speedway that need to get some credit. So keep them coming in. It's really good. We've got some good prizes this week's. Show's prizes. So we've got 5 of those to throw out. So we want to see some more come in. Even if you put one in last week, keep it coming. There's going to be some more. So moving on from that. Anyway, what do we got next? So conductive education, Superstock Nationals, you've got the drivers' entries rolling in. We're busy fevering away getting the sponsors on board, or corporates to help us out. So everything's looking good there. We've got a car show on the day, Monster Garage Sale. Monster Vision are coming with the big screen, so we'll be putting up all the drivers. Yeah. Do a little bit different with the grid draw this year. What's happening with that?
Yeah, so we hope to be able to feature the grid draws up on the big screen first of all, so everyone can just turn around and watch that as we roll onto the track, so you can see what grids we're in. The format's probably a little bit different format, which is quite interesting as well. As we're just doing 2 heat races, and then the highest point scorer off the front will be doing 20 lap at this stage. Might get cut down to 15, not too sure. Winner take all, so first, second, third into victory lane at the end, and should be one hell of a race, mate. And especially before Christmas too. So you don't normally get too many big meetings before Christmas. So it's going to be wicked.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a good segue into the next part of the show, which is week 2 or show 2 clue for who's coming along. So that's going up on your screen now, and you can see that while I talk. So show 2, there's your clue for the next driver that we're going to release, and you'll also be getting some WR apparel sent out to some lucky people who guess that right and go in the draw and win. Anyway, this next one for Quick 5.5, we're pretty excited about this. This guy's pretty close. He's pretty close to the team. He is a team member, team sponsor, and we really enjoy chewing the fat with him, and we're happy to get him on the phone. So I'm just going to grab him on the phone. You know how it is already, eh? So here we go. Hey Joe, are you there?
I certainly am.
Yeah, it's good to have you on board.
Yeah, mate, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Jared, and Ewan.
Oh, awesome, mate. Awesome. Appreciate that.
So we've got this quick fire questions for you, Joe. I'm going to get Jared to fire the first one out, and then we'll just go through this, and maybe if we can grab a couple of seconds of your time at the end, and we'll have a little bit of chat about the car. So go, Jared.
Okay, mate. What's your most memorable moment in Speedway?
There's a number, but winning that 1NZ at Huntley on your local track has got to be up there, Jared. Yep. Yeah. That's a hell of a thrill.
Righto. So, awesome. Question 2 could be quite easy. What's your favourite track?
Yeah.
Huntley. Funny that, isn't it? No, it is Huntley. I've had a lot of wins there. In the same year winning the New Zealand title, I won the Speed Fest. So it's been good to me, and yeah, great atmosphere. I enjoy Huntley.
Yeah, no, awesome. I totally agree. It's always presented really well too.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's a stock car track.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good stock car track.
Best car you've ever driven?
Oh, it'd have to be the Chev that Jared currently owns. It is a forgiving car. It handles like a dream. It goes where you point it, and it's a super reliable car. So, yeah, I'm quite passionate about that car. Hence why I was very choosy on who ended up with owning it.
We appreciate it too.
Yeah, funny story.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's gone to a good home. So, yeah. That's
cool. Who do you think was the hardest hitter of in its time or in its day or at the present?
I have never really been taken out of the hardest hitter, but the person that you had to pay attention to was quite hard to read. Was whenever I was racing in championships was Scotty Myers. You've watched him with 2 eyes, and Peter Rees. You know, that I wouldn't say hard hitters, but clever hitters on how to slow you down and take you out.
And the last one of the quick 5 is best driver of all time, and that's super stock class, obviously.
From my perspective of racing against them, there's no one single, but there's a crew of them, and it'd be Craig Boot, it'd be Shane Penn, it would be Royden Collingwood, and Barry Pajewski. Really used to enjoy racing those guys. Jared, but he wasn't really in our league in those days.
That's right. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. No, that's awesome. Hey, Joe, thanks very much for doing the Quick 5.5 for us. We're going to leave you on a little bit because we usually, after the Quick 5.5, we wind the show up. So we're just getting used to this and carrying on. But just on the car, we really appreciate the opportunity to purchase. It was quite a funny story of how that came about, which we will tell another day. But I'm sure, well, both from Jared and myself, we want to thank you a lot for your help as well. We got your Rotorforce caps, which we wear. We're not wearing them right now, but you can't see that. We could tell you we are. But anyway, yeah, I just want to, before we sign off, I just want to say thanks very much. And I know Jared will want to say something too.
Well, I really appreciate it, guys. That car is passionate to me as the sport is. Steve Hampton custom built that car with Shane Penn's 1NZ car, and straight out of the traps that thing was on fire. It was winning, and I truly believe that Jared and Ewan and your team, you're continuing with that sort of legacy, and I think you're going to take it to another level again.
Yeah, awesome, Joe. Thanks for that, mate. We'll also be coming down your way and covering a bit of showing us around at your chopper and the rest of it, and having, like Ewan said, chewing a bit of the fat. So I'm looking forward to that as well, mate.
Yeah, no, excellent, guys. And I suppose in closing, I'm a professional helicopter operator. have my moments, but I'm always very proud of how I present my aircraft, and that car follows suit. And so for me to put my company name on any car, it's not just because they're a mate or I know them. It's I like to be associated with well-presented gear and people that are proactive about the sport. And you guys are taking it to that next level, which I really admire. So well done, boys, and thank you for letting me be on board.
Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks.
Catch you later. Eh?
Okay, guys.
Thanks for
Right,
that.
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
cheers. Bye.
There you go, Joe Farron.
That's pretty good, but mate, he top
top
bloke,
bloke.
absolutely top bloke. We didn't really explain to him about the here to please, and I know that we're all pretty close with Steve, and we haven't heard from him since the first show. So we better get some photos of some other people up there that's going to beat that photo of Steve Hampton's, because we might not have any car designer wants to talk to us after this.
Yeah, exactly. We're
Anyway.
still waiting on those parts too.
Yeah. Let's cruise on to week 4, eh?
Yeah, man.
Call it done. ZIC. You've got to say ZIC. On your sign out, you have to say it.
Oh,
ZIC.
yeah? Well, you
ZIC.
didn't say...
ZIC.
What?
Just keep saying it. We get paid for it. ZIC.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like ZIC?
ZIC. Something like that.
Like-
What are you going to do? Change the oil in your car? What are you going to do?
Put ZIC in it.
Yeah, correct. Okay. See ya.